Hello, my name is TherapyBacon. I do not know what I am doing, but I am doing something. Join me as I talk to wacky, silly, and yet I dare say meaningful conversations. I am not a licensed therapist, nor do I claim to be one. However, I will try my best to talk and to listen and to discuss whatever you guys would like. Available on Spotify and YouTube. Thank you and enjoy the shenanigans. Hello.
Hello.
What is your name?
Hill, my name's Hill.
Your name is Hill, like King of the Hill.
Yeah, pretty much. Not really, but yeah, pretty much.
Well, Hill, what do you want to talk about today, my friend?
Oof, that's a good question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta think about that real quick.
Any current events going on in your life? Any problems you want to sort through? Any, maybe you got a new job. Maybe you got into the gym. Maybe you got into a new Netflix series, and you want to express your gratitude or your disdain towards that show.
Well, I actually have thought about this, and I was thinking about something. I think I'm gonna, instead of making this podcast episode about me or like talking about my personal problems or whatever, I want to talk about general problems that everyone experiences, and I don't know, maybe it will help one of the other listener, or it will, I don't know, be entertaining to listen. I don't know, but that's the vibe I was trying to go for, I guess.
We can definitely do that, Hill. Is there any particular subject that you want to delve into?
I mean, yeah, the first subject we could talk about, because I feel like everybody deals with that, is loneliness, for example, and it's a big part in a lot of people's lives. So I guess that's a pretty interesting or important topic to talk about. Yeah,
Loneliness is definitely something that every human being will experience at least one in their life time, and it's unavoidable because the only way to get out of it is to experience it. And I doubt there's nobody in the world that has not been lonely. Now there is a difference, I feel like, between being alone or feeling alone and being lonely.
Definitely.
Hill, let's just so we could get some examples. What's the most recent time that you have felt lonely?
Oof, that's a good question. I would say I am currently feeling pretty lonely in my life, and I have to be honest. I have been feeling pretty lonely all my life since I was a kid. But yeah, that's the thing, because struggling with that made me realize a lot of things, but it also made me question a lot of things that I still don't have the answer to. But I quickly realized in my life that I had pretty much all I needed. I have family, I have friends, I have people that genuinely care for me or are around me and take their time out of their day to like see me and whatever. But I just still like have that feeling of not being understood, or feeling of not like, I don't know, being the only one that feels that way, you know? And I think a lot of people struggle with that out there, that don't even like talk about it or like feel like they're actually the only person that struggles with that, you know?
So when you think of the feeling lonely, what is the first thought that comes to mind that your Brian, I like to call my brain Brian, grasped onto? Like, what is the because I know it's hard to pinpoint a reason, because like you said, you have family around, you have friends, you have people you talk to, yet for some reason this feeling of being lonely still persists in your life. Where do you think that feeling derives from?
That's a really good question, and to be honest, I haven't fully figured it out myself yet. But I do think it comes from how do I explain this? I feel like it does come from myself. I think it's a feeling of like I feel lonely and I know that and it sucks, but sometimes I feel like maybe it's like I want to feel misunderstood or I want to feel alone. And it's weird because I don't know why that is, but it's pretty complicated to explain actually. But
It's for the aura.
yeah, I don't know. Sorry?
Nothing. Oh, okay. So for me personally,
The aura.
okay, yeah, um, like the way I interpret loneliness, and everyone has their own
Mhm,
way of thinking. Um,
mhm,
anytime I feel lonely, so I am 23. Really quick, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
mhm.
Or
I'm
what?
20.
Okay, 20. Um,
Yeah.
now 3 years is not a long time, right? Depending on who you ask. But as a certified unk, I, I, from my learned experiences. I feel like being lonely is derives from not exactly knowing what you're doing in life, not
Mhm,
having a purpose, or just kind of
mhm,
aimlessly drifting by life without having a purpose, a set goal to get to.
mhm,
And uh, being like we said, being alone is being alone externally, while being lonely is you're being alone internally because you don't
mhm.
really know what to do with yourself. So you don't really, you don't find yourself. You have to, and it's like a hard thing to get out of because you
Yeah.
you have to almost like the way I got out of being lonely was finding purpose in the gym. Like I was pretty
Mhm,
fat, so I felt like lonely, depressed, and I started going to the
mhm,
gym, and I had a purpose. I had a goal in mind with every rep, like Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger would say. And with every rep, I pictured the muscles growing and stuff,
mhm,
and that feeling of like despair would slowly drift away over time. And now I'm in a point of my life where I love myself and I know the goal that I want in mind, and I no
mhm.
longer feel lonely.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a really good point because uh, purpose and just in life in general, purpose and like having something to do that is what you want to do or the thing that brings you like makes you feel like you're doing like being important to society in some kind of way. If it's only like the smallest thing, I feel like that does make you feel way less lonely because it's like, oh, you're actually doing something. Purpose does have its benefits and does like it changes a lot on how you feel, especially when it comes to loneliness. But at the same time, it's like there are moments where you are like doing what you need to do or like doing what you maybe want to do,
Mhm.
and it's like, damn, bro, I'm right here, like I'm going to work right now to get some money and do what I need to do, and I feel alone. Or it's like you're having fun with your friends, you're like on a night out and you're laughing and like everything's great, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're having the greatest time of your life. It just hits you. Right then and there, you're like, damn, bro, I feel alone. And it's like that's a really hard thing to deal with because like you never really. It's like it gives you so many questions. You like ask yourself, why do I feel like that, and am I the only one who feels like that? And your mind tends to just go with the worst in these situations. It's like, yes, I'm the only one that feels like that, and I'm lonely, and I will always be lonely. But in reality, it's obviously not that way. Like a lot of people feel alone or feel that need to be heard. And yeah, I think it's important to know for these people that they aren't alone. But I think that's also why I wanted to talk about this topic. I think it's really not spoken about enough because me personally, I text my friends like every 3 days.
Mhm.
I just text them and ask them like, "Are you okay?" And like just ask them or tell them that I appreciate them. I text them, "I appreciate you." Just in the morning at 5 a.m. before they go to work, I text them, "Yo, bro, thank you for everything. I appreciate you." And it's like the fucking reactions I've had from that are like crazy, bro. Some of my friends have called me and asked if I'm okay because they thought I was gonna kill myself.
Mhm.
And it's like I think that's such a sad thing because it's such a small thing to do to tell someone that you appreciate them, yet nobody does it. It can change so many things. Like if you're on the street and there's a random dude on a fucking I don't know. I don't know. You're on the train and there's a random dude and you really like their shoes and you're like, "Yo, nice shoes." You know how like it can change so much about that time right then and there, and it's like it really like makes me sad because people are so like either they're so like cold or they're so like in their own shit that they forget that it's so easy to brighten someone's day or help someone out. And
Mhm.
also, sorry for yapping so
No,
much,
go
but
ahead, go ahead.
the other like week or so, no, actually, it was like a few months ago. I saw this woman who was really drunk and she fell on the railing of a train station,
Ooh.
and I ran there immediately and tried to like help her up, right? And uh I couldn't lift her up because she was heavy and she just couldn't stand up. And I was on the train station, like on the railway with her, just trying to pick her up. And I look up and the train station is full of people. Everyone is looking at us. Nobody is coming to help. Nobody. And then all of a sudden, a fucking black dude comes running who can barely speak my language. I'm from Europe, by the way. Can barely speak my language and helps me pick this woman up and throw her across the thing so she's safe. And that was also like a thing. I'm like, how can you just stand there and watch? Like it's crazy to me how people can not care that much, you know?
Hmm. I think
Yeah.
I think a lot of it, um that's just it's just the world we live in nowadays. I
Mm,
feel like a lot of our no, I wouldn't say motor functions, but the way our brain interprets and operates and does all this stuff, a lot of it has to do from social media and just
mm,
taking in so much information, and it's been making a lot of people shut in and just scared to specifically be themselves, and
yeah.
actually come out of their shell, because a lot of people, they don't. Okay, so a good example. So like when people go into, like, I don't know, Target, and Target's loud as fuck because everything's white.
Mm,
They feel like everyone has their eyes on them. They feel like everyone's looking, and that feeling can go so far as to when you're helping someone out that they're literally, quite literally, can die. They would rather sit there and not be seen than
mm,
jump and help somebody in need. Um,
yeah.
and yeah, I think it's just it's yeah. There was what was the first thing you talked about? Talked about
Loneliness.
loneliness. Um, yeah, I think loneliness as well. I think that's just human nature, man. Like,
Mm,
like we have a lust, for males. We have a lust for,
mm,
it's a different world nowadays, so you can have lust whoever you want. But
yeah.
let's just go to, black and white. We have a lust to get to seek a woman to have kids. We have
Mm,
it's human nature, to take a fat ass shit, to, take a piss, and like,
mm,
we have to eat every day. Same thing with emotions. While they are very random and retarded, um, it's just human nature to feel lonely. A lot of time,
mm,
and that's why it's so hard to like figure out the reason, because feelings are just so complicated. And it's just it's really hard to figure out something so complicated that we can't
yeah.
control.
Yeah, bro. Just made me think because it's like loneliness and all that shit. And that's also why I brought up the thing with the what happened with the rail station and people just not caring. Because it's like, yes, like these are all like every person has their own reasons for stuff, and like everyone does feel in sort of way the same. Everyone experiences pretty much like the same emotions, and it's like that's completely normal. But at the same time, I feel like it's not said enough, and I do genuinely believe that no person in the world uh deserves to be or feel alone. I think but like not in a way of like, oh, like I'm bored at home. I don't know, none of my friends are out right now. Oh, I feel so alone. That's not what I mean. I mean like genuinely feeling alone, and I feel like nobody deserves that, like not a single person. And that's why also for the people or that are listening right now, for you, like no matter, like, it's just check up on people much, like, more than you do, like, because it's like it can literally save someone. And also make sure you try to meet people who you think are actually genuine, who you know would do the same for you, which is really hard because most people wouldn't, but there are actually people that will check up on you and make sure that you actually want the best. And it's like, you need to find these people, even though if it's hard. Yeah, there's still good people out there.
Any good deed will, as low as not low, but as small as nice shoes, cool tattoo. Like for example, like 20 minutes before we started recording this, I went to Panda and picked up an order, and this girl, she had like a cool, like she had the tattoo from The Last of Us, Ellie. She had like the leaf tattoo.
Yeah.
And I called it out, and I was like, "Oh, it's a sick tattoo. Is that from The Last of Us?" And she like got super giggly and was like, "Oh my god, finally someone like noticed it."
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm pretty sure she's gonna go home and gloat, or like, she just felt happy, like,
Yeah,
the smile
definitely.
that popped up was like, it's unforgettable, and I'm thinking about it now, and it's nice.
Also, I want to just say something to you personally, Bacon. I don't know your name. I'm just gonna call you Bacon. But,
It's not spread yet, but Barry.
Oh, okay, okay.
Barry.
Well,
You can
okay.
call me
Well,
Bacon, Therapy Bacon, Barry,
okay.
whatever you want.
I'll just call you Bacon then.
Okay.
That's when you first approached me to like be on the podcast,
Uh-huh.
and you were like, "Hey, I have a podcast." At first, I thought it was a joke, and then I like looked at like a video, and the person that was on was talking about like some random weird shit. But then I looked at some other videos that are like of people actually talking and stuff, and I just want to say to you as well, like, what you do is, even if it's small or even if it's like whatever, you're actually giving some people like a platform or a voice to be heard, and which is such a nice thing to do of you, and like such a thoughtful thing as well. So I really appreciate that, because I'm pretty sure through these like little podcasts you make with random people on Discord, that has all also helped quite a few people. So yeah, thanks for that.
If I was a dog, my tail would be wagging right now. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Hill, is there anything you want to ask yourself, ask me, and or tell to the people watching?
So my last message to the people that are listening is, I know I'm just a random ass dude who you have no clue about and whatever, but yeah, be yourself or find yourself. That is really important. Make sure you know what you want to do with your life. Make sure you try to be happy. That should be your number one goal, to make yourself happy and accept yourself, your looks, your personality, all of that. Also, make sure you really like appreciate people more, and I'm not talking about like specifically family members or friends. I'm talking about just humans in general. Respect them. Think about stuff more. Thinking is so important, and so many humans don't think enough. Just, you need to think. Every action you make has a consequence, so think before you act. That's really important. And yeah, that's all for me.
Being unapologetically yourself. That was beautifully said, Hill. Beautifully said.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You have a beautiful night, Hill.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? That was beautifully said. Hill had very insightful thoughts. Something I think a message a lot of people have to take into consideration. It's important to be yourself, check in on those around you, and just make sure you are doing your best to live a healthy, positive, and meaningful life. Loneliness is a bitch, and nobody should experience it unless you are a murderer or pedophile. But Hill had a great message, and I think everyone should take it into account and live life to the fullest, and to the fullest of their extent of being themselves. I'm gonna eat my panda now. Hello. What's your name, man?
My name is John.
John Dillinger, John Cena, John Stamos. A lot of people with the name John.
Yeah, I think that's all right. It's a cool name because it's classic.
It's a very classic name. It has 4 letters. It's very easily you can't unspell it right. Oh my god. You can't spell it wrong. There we go. You can't spell John wrong. And if you do, 3 lashes. Now, John, what did you want to talk about today? You can talk about whatever you'd like.
I want to talk about the young man's and healthy life and a really good lifestyle, for the young men, like the boys, 18, 14 guys, like the safe place to the good way,
A guidebook to life.
Yeah, like this. Exactly.
So, John, what are you basing this off of? Is this from personal experiences? Is this from things you've seen? How would you describe a healthy way of living a young life from 14 to 18?
So yeah, it's a really nice question, because when you're just born in this life, you have to some random's way to take your dream, to take whatever you think about. You need to be strong enough to get your dream come to true, really. But with this feeling, with this mix and time and this word, you know, you will see something different. Sometimes you will see this word as just bad, and sometimes you will see it like good. You know, sometimes you need to be so hard and so powerful. Sometimes you need to be like a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you need to take it like the healthy way, the nice lifestyle, without the overthinking, being sad, and being a bad person, never mind, the bad person,
So, would you
the
say
world.
that? Sorry. Would you say that your kind of like a way of life is because you're saying that of course, well, we are humans, we have emotions, we are kind of all over the place, we're kind of stupid at times, kind of smart at times, and there's going to be moments where we're sad, there's going to be moments where we're happy, but
Yeah,
from what I'm hearing is I feel like you have the what's that one guy's name that runs and says who's going to carry the boats, uh what's that
yeah,
guy's name, uh
exactly.
I'm just gonna call him carry the boats guy because I forgot. But I feel like you have the mentality of carry the boats, and just keep persevering, and don't let as hard as it is, don't let your emotions get in the face of what you really want to do in life.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Sometimes you will see the feelings are not working with your work, you know.
Right.
They are not always working, like being happy, being sad. That really nobody care. Even sometimes your family, maybe I said maybe, and another people didn't understand what do you feel right now. You can be sad, but your face looks so happy. You can be happy, but inside you're just sad person. Anyways, you
Hmm.
need always to take the good way. Don't take the bad way. If you take the bad way, your life will be just bullshit, you know. But if you take the good way, you will find your nice work. You will build a
Hmm.
nice physique. You will be so healthy and young man, and you will change your thinking about some stuff in this life.
Right.
You will love you will love the way when you live in. You will love this word.
Hmm.
If you see this word happen in this word, you will see something different. Always be like this. So my advice is don't change your feelings and keep it on, but know how to use it and keep it on. This is my advice to young men in this world.
Learn to understand your feelings, but do not forget that they are an essential part of who you are, and use them for benefit in the world.
And keep going.
And keep going. That was beautifully said, John.
Let me tell you my story. Like to to all we watching us people.
Hmm.
Let me tell you my story. when I was very young, man, I was like broke and got so really good money. I was need stuff to keep working. Like I was bodybuilder for 3 months, and my body was so weak, and I'm tired. Like some boys beat me and bully at me in school and street, and
Hmm.
all the time. I'm just kind like of people I don't like problems. So so I'm being like this shit for like two, 3 years. Bully beat. They always beat me. Like I'm just, I can beat someone in that time, but I feel like I'm not like this kind of people. Just if I beat you, I don't want you to feel what I feel when they beat me. You know,
You
it's,
know,
it's
you
so
know what it feels like to feel that way, so you don't want to project that onto somebody else.
exactly yes. So after like two years, I was very sad in these 2 years. But after 2 years, I take my position in this life to be another human being.
Hmm.
I go to the gym, take some money, I start to work in the market. I get some really good money. I got my protein. I got my old stuff to get in the gym. I build my physiques for like 3 months, really good physiques, and I got like I got like this power to make me to keep going. So, and this like 4 years, I learned about how to be weak and go to the good way and go to be a good human
Hmm.
without hurting anybody. Okay. And when I just finished like a bodybuilder, I was thinking about to be a boxer or like martial art player. I think about sometimes I think about my type because I found it like really tough sport to be like it's very hard, like so hard, like punches and kicks, some moves like this. So I take boxing.
Hmm.
So take boxing for like 2 years. I was very weak in boxing for 2 months when I just started.
But you're like starting
So
off your
so I
training. You're building muscles. You're doing your thing.
yeah, I built my muscles. So the after that, I go to like the martial arts, boxing, and I keep going and keep it going. So I find this championship, boxing championship, and I was very scared to fight my enemy in the ring. I was just scared in my heart. I was so scared. I
I was
didn't
about to,
just
I was about to ask, what type of scared were you? Were you like scared for him? Were you scared for yourself? Were you what type of
everything,
fear?
everything. But look, everything. But look, I keep it going. I start punching him in the face,
Hmm.
in his jaw,
One, two.
everything. I'm scared. I'm so scared of everything. Like uh, 100 of people watching me beating this guy with the cameras and my coach and my family, you know. But I didn't take I didn't take it off. I'm just keep it going. I told you I'm so scared, but I'm start punching this guy and I'm so scared. But I keep it going. I didn't like said no. I'm so scared. I will finish this. I'm gonna leave the home. No, I didn't say this. Just keep it going. And I win. I
Hmm.
win in the boxing championship. I was very happy to see my work was just working at me, you know. And just keep it going. Championship, another win, another win, another win, another win, and I lose one time.
Right.
One time I lose. This is break me down because I was training so hard to get this point, and I'm just lose. You know what do I do
Hmm.
at this point? I said I'm gonna learn like the old days. I will remember me after four years before. How how is me before for 4 years and help me now. I'm not gonna like come back to these days. I'm gonna just keep going. They don't give a fuck really. Like I'm win, I lose. I'm just learn that and keep going.
I think
And this is yeah,
uh, I feel like a lot of like I feel like the only way to grow as a person is to step in front of that fear and get through fear, because fear is a natural thing that humans feel. And it's obviously natural to like be scared and like want to run away, but the only way to grow as a person is to just persevere through that fear, and you will find yourself in a new chapter in your life when you do, like yourself. You wanted to go. Fuck that. I'm not trying to get beat up. I'm not trying to beat this guy up either in front of all these people. Probably camera shy, blah blah blah. But you still fought him and you persevered through that fear, and it's bringing you closer to like a new chapter in your life, a new sense of John Cena and
exactly.
who you are as a person.
Yeah, exactly. And I never like beat anyone in the, like in street like or just bully at him because I'm not like this kind of guys. I'm not fucked up. I'm so happy and I'm so like
Hmm.
because I those bullies like in street bully at someone. I'm just hey, don't fucking bully at him or I'm gonna fuck your face. And they are just leaving, bro, because they know me in the ring. They saw me fighting guys in the ring.
Hmm.
They don't fuck with me again, and I don't like I can go to like the boys when like they bully at me for like 4 years, and I can fuck them up. It's so easily.
Right.
It's just boom boom they down, boom boom and they down. But I didn't do it. I just forget and keep going. This is all I do. I didn't take my revenge. I just get about it because this guy is making a lot of damage at myself. I was really think about like to kill myself in that days. Before 4 years, I was really think about to kill myself because I feel this. I feel I'm just a weak and I can't do any shit. Like imagine just like some bones with a soul, bro. I didn't got nothing. Like, look at me now. I built it 4 years. Keep it going. Don't say no to anything. And this is story, and I'm just keep it going. And even now, I'm just keep it going.
Hmm.
I I lose. Look, I win 10 times in my career, boxing career. I win 10 times. I lose 3 times, and I'm just keep it going. And this is my story.
In life, you just have to keep it pushing, persevere, and
Yeah,
never give up, and never give up.
never give up and know how to use your feelings. Don't lose your feelings. Know how to use them and keep it going.
That was beautifully said, John. Beautifully said. Any last finishing thoughts before we head out?
I will told you thank you to give me time to talk about myself, to give me time to talk about my story
Of course, man.
and keep going. And thank all of your people are watching me and watching this cool guy making a podcast, nice podcast. And thank all of you guys.
Of course, man. I feel flattered, I would say, and it was a very interesting and an insightful story to hear the story of John and his path to becoming that person that he has always wanted to become.
Yeah, thank you, and I hope you got like a really good life and you love your life.
Oh, 100
like
percent.
yeah, yeah. I'm happy for that, bro. When I just seeing person happy with like seeing some guys happy with their life, just being happy,
Hmm.
because you don't need to be a bad person because of nothing. This is it. I'm so happy for you. Thank all of you guys.
Forgiveness over revenge. You have a beautiful night, John.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like 100 times.
Namaste.
Namaste.
The story of John Cena the Ripper. Stamos. John. I think we can all learn something from John. It is to never give up, always persevere, and push for being a better version of yourself. I think that's very important to feel all those emotions and to just really understand them. And it's important to not let go of them either, because if you become somebody else and you forget about empathy or whatever the case may be, you're just you're going to be a dick. You're going to be the wrong version of yourself that you envisioned, and you're just not going to like your life, even though you changed the thing that needed to be changed. So it is very important to feel those emotions, and I thank John for expressing that, sharing his thoughts and his story, and I wish nothing but the best for John.